Good, y'all. I'm Jerry. About to check out 10 WWE wrestlers who suffered biggest WrestleMania downgrades. This video is about Wrestlemania. I'm not really familiar. I'm gonna say Bobby Lashley last year because he was supposed to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, and they downgraded him to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which happened to be on SmackDown that Friday before WrestleMania Night 1. So other than that, I'm not really sure or familiar with who had the biggest WrestleMania downgrade. So we about to hop into this video. Let's go.
Wrestling at a WrestleMania event should be one of the highlights of a wrestler's career.
Yeah.
WrestleMania is the biggest event in all of pro wrestling, and numerous wrestlers have had the honor of gracing the grandest stage of them all. However, it's often the case that a wrestler has a prominent spot on a WrestleMania card, and by the time the next installment of WWE Signature Pay-Per-View comes around, they have fallen dramatically down the card. Join us now as Wrestlemania looks at 10 WWE wrestlers who had the biggest WrestleMania downgrade. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlemania.com. Number 10,
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho has wrestled some iconic names at WrestleMania. However, Jericho's downgrade from WrestleMania 28 to 29 was truly shocking. At WrestleMania 28, Jericho challenged CM Punk for the WWE title in one of the key matches on the show. Yet at WrestleMania 29,
It went against Fandango in the opening match. I think it was the opening match.
When Jericho heard about the booking plans for WrestleMania 29, he was furious. And when he found out that Vince McMahon wanted him to lose the match, the anger reached a boiling point. Jericho was so annoyed with his creative direction that he had almost quit the company. However, it was a chat with the legendary Undertaker which led to Jericho changing his mind and doing his job to the best of his ability. Thankfully for Jericho, the next time he would compete at WrestleMania would be in 2016 at WrestleMania 32. And this time, Jericho was in a much better position as he would face off against AJ Styles in AJ's WrestleMania debut.
Okay.
Number 9,
Sheamus.
WrestleMania 26 was a huge night for Sheamus. Sheamus would take on Triple H in one of the top.
He actually
matches
retired
on the show,
Triple H for a
despite
minute.
him coming up short in the match, his performance
As a
received
full-timer.
positive reviews, and the match is considered rather underrated when it comes to WrestleMania matches. The following year, Sheamus would initially
beat
be
Daniel
booked to face
Bryan in,
Daniel
like,
Bryan for the US
seconds.
title. And it goes without saying that wrestling Bryan wasn't a step down. Yet in 2011, Bryan had yet to emerge as WWE's top guys, and they were still hesitant to push Bryan into the main event scene. Sheamus' matches with Bryan would shockingly be moved to the dark match, and it even got worse when the match morphed into a battle royal, and the battle royal would be won by the Great Khali.
Wow.
The following year, WrestleMania 28, WWE would book a match between Sheamus and Bryan once again, and this time for the world title, and the match infamously ended in 18 seconds. Number 8,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Throughout the
It is
attitude
WrestleMania
era,
18.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was WWE's number one guy.
Stone Cold
However,
versus
when they
Scott
entered
Hall.
2002, WWE
Yeah.
began to push other talents, and Austin was often butting heads with WWE creative. At WrestleMania 18, Austin was booked to face Scott Hall, and Austin had zero interest in the match. Although Hall was a great wrestler, Austin was going from wrestling The Rock at the main event of WrestleMania 17 to a match at WrestleMania 18 that fans didn't have much investment in. On an episode of Grill and JR, Jim Ross, who remains one of Austin's closest friends, stated that Austin had every right to be annoyed with the thrown-together program at WrestleMania 18. Number
Drew
7,
McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. When Drew McIntyre returned to WWE in 2017, he was instantly pushed up the card. McIntyre won the NXT title, and before fans knew it, McIntyre was back on the main roster in a featured role. McIntyre had notable WrestleMania matches for a number of years, and these included matches with WWE's number one guy, Roman Reigns, and 2 back-to-back WWE title matches. However, when WWE arrived at WrestleMania 38, McIntyre's planned match was to see him face Baron Corbin. When it was initially reported online that McIntyre vs. Corbin was the planned match for WrestleMania 38, fans thought some kind of swerve was being planned, yet this was WWE's definitive direction. In a move nobody expected,
crazy.
McIntyre addressed the fan backlash to the match in an interview with Metro UK, and this is what the former champion had to say. I'm very excited about it personally. I've seen some of the comments when the match was made. The internet can be a harsh place. I appreciate all my fans around the world. Their reaction is, Drew's not wrestling for the title. He won the title from Brock 2 years along. He fought for the title last year. This year, he's fighting Corbin. I understand that and I appreciate that, but the way I see it is, aside from his obvious talent in the ring, anyone who says he's not talented in ring is lying to themselves. We actually have a genuine hated bad guy that everyone genuinely dislikes. If people online are saying that this guy is such a good bad guy, he really entertains me, that's not a good bad guy. A true bad guy is someone you literally despise and you want to see get their butt kicked. That's what we've got right now, and that's what I've got in my story with Corbin. Number 6,
King Kong Bundy.
King Kong Bundy is mostly known to WWE fans for being in the main event of
my shades on.
WrestleMania 2. Bundy collided with Hulk Hogan inside a steel cage, yet the following year, Bundy's stock had fallen so much that his WrestleMania 3 role was written as one of a comedic nature. At WrestleMania 3, Bundy was involved in a mixed 6-man tag match. He would team up with midget wrestlers Little Tokyo, Little Brook, against Hillbilly Jim, the Haiti Kid, and Little Beaver. The infamous match would mark Bundy's last WrestleMania appearance until WrestleMania 11, where Bundy would be defeated by The Undertaker in Bundy's final ever time on the grandest stage of them all. Number 5,
Ronda
Rousey. Upon returning to WWE,
Ronda downgraded so much.
Ronda Rousey was propelled into a primary spot in the company. Rousey would win the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble and would go on to challenge Charlotte Flair for the women's title at WrestleMania 38. Although the build to the match was underwhelming, they still presented and marketed the match as one of the biggest matches on the show, yet the match was an indication that Rousey's second run in the company wasn't going to live up to expectations.
I don't know what happened.
The match was so flat and lifeless that this would be a trend that would continue throughout Rousey's second run.
Yeah.
Rousey's feuds with Charlotte Flair, Liv
When she first came in, she had all the hype behind her. She was great in the ring. I don't know what happened.
Came around, there was no desire from fans to see
Second
Rousey
time
in a
around.
prominent role on the WrestleMania card. Rousey will be placed in the Women's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, teaming with Shayna Baszler, and although her team won, the match was considered a substantial yet justified step down compared to the year prior. Number 4,
Lex Luger.
WrestleMania 10 was truly Lex Luger's peak in WWE. Luger would face off against Yokozuna for the WWE title, and although he lost the match via DQ, a title match at WrestleMania isn't something to write off. Fast forward to WrestleMania 11, and WWE and Vince McMahon have completely lost faith in Luger ever being a top guy in the company, and this was made clear by Luger's match at the show. At WrestleMania 11, Luger was in the opening contest as he teamed with the British Bulldog against the Blue Brothers, in a match that could easily have been moved to an episode of Raw, or even Superstars. The tag match would mark Luger's final ever WrestleMania appearance as he would depart WWE in August of 1995.
Wow.
Number 3,
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt had the honor of walking
Rest in
into
peace.
WrestleMania 33 as WWE Champion. Wyatt would wrestle Randy
That
Orton
match
on the show,
sucked.
yet the following year, all WWE could deliver with Wyatt was a cameo appearance on the pre-show. Wyatt would interfere in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal as he would assist Matt Hardy in winning the match. Whilst it was great to
I
see
forgot all
the
about that
between
match.
Wyatt on the WrestleMania
That Matt Hardy
stage,
even won.
was this truly the best booking move that WWE could have come up with? Going from a WWE title match to a pre-show cameo appearance wasn't a great look, and WWE could have easily delivered something more in line with Wyatt's star power. Number 2,
Booker T.
WWE Hall of Famer Booker T has had a bizarre history at WrestleMania. Booker has been in a world title match.
His WrestleMania 19 match could have been way better.
WrestleMania
He could have
19
won,
was
actually.
arguably Booker's biggest match at WrestleMania as he faced off against Triple H for
He
the
should
world
have won.
title. And there's a common consensus amongst the fan base that this is a match that Booker should have won, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Booker remained popular and relevant following WrestleMania 19, and yet at WrestleMania 20, Booker was defending the tag titles with Rob Van Dam in a fatal 4-way showdown. Booker and RVD would defend against the
Dudley Boys,
Aiden Jindrak, and La Resistance. Whilst not the most lackluster match in the world, the match was seen as a low point of WrestleMania 20, as the match outcome was seen as predictable by many. The following year, Booker would even fall further down the card, as he wouldn't even make the main show. The multi-time world champion would win the forgettable pre-show battle royal by eliminating the masterpiece Chris Masters. And number 1,
The Miz.
The main event of WrestleMania
27.
received vast criticism, as fans in WWE
What did he do in WrestleMania 28?
The Miz belonged in the main event position. Those who claim that Miz's main event run would be one-time deal were proven right the following year when Miz would be relegated to wrestling in the monotonous Team Teddy vs Team Johnny matchup at WrestleMania 28. At WrestleMania 29, 2 years after main eventing WrestleMania alongside John Cena, Miz wasn't even able to make the main show. Miz's Intercontinental title match with Wade Barrett would be moved to the pre-show, and despite
Miz made up for it years later.
match,
He had some great
decided
matches
Miz
against
was
Shane
gonna be
McMahon
the
and
biggest show of the year ever again.
incredible matches
There you have it, folks. 10
during his later
WWE
years.
wrestlers who had the biggest WrestleMania
Alright, y'all, great video. Let me know down below in the comments of what y'all thought of my reaction to this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.